Let's talk about the endocrine system, okay, which is the ductless glands or glands of your internal secretion. Now here's the list of them: the pineal gland, the hypothalamus, the pituitary, the thyroid, parathyroid, adrenal gland, okay, ovaries, testes, and pancreas. Okay, now the first one up, pineal gland, okay, French for pine cone or pine tree. Okay, you have this sits behind the third ventricle inside your brain, right by the corpus callosum. Okay, it's a gland-like structure in the brain shaped like a pine cone, located near the splenium of the corpus callosum. Think of that as like a web-like structure, like a teleweb. Okay, it is the major site of melatonin biosynthesis in most mammals and humans. Now, what's that mean? Once the sun starts hitting your pineal gland, it starts releasing melatonin, which again, mel is a Greek word for black, okay? It causes you to sleep. The sun hitting your pineal gland releases melatonin and it gives you the urge to sleep. Inhibition of secretion of the pineal gland is associated with the onset of puberty, which is caused by light striking your retina. Let me say that again. Puberty is caused by light striking the retina. This is where the ultra-fast aging process begins here on planet Earth. When you pineal gland, again, it's about that big inside your brain, and it's a tiny little pine cone. Once that starts receiving light, that's when you start to age. Okay, remember, you live in a dark universe. You're a nocturnal creature. Think of it like that. Now, what do I have here? I have the pine tree. You see all that cool little purple? See all those crystals on there? Okay. See all that little pine res, pine glue? Okay. Beautiful. This is just pine bark. Can you see that purple gluish type stuff in there? And what you can do to help your pineal gland get reactivated, okay? Look at this beautiful piece of bark. See how crystally that is? You can find this all over, okay? You get a coffee grinder, right? You put these in there, okay? And you fire up the engine. I did a test for this at the Minneapolis airport once. I'll tell you what happens. Okay. Menards coffee grinder. You can find better coffee grinders. It'll get the job done quicker. I just got a old, $10 Menards one. Okay. Oh, what you're gonna get in there? Yeah, there's a few bigger pieces of bark, but most importantly, you're gonna get like a coffee type grounds. Okay. You can take those bigger pieces out, or get a better coffee grinder, and that's what's left. Okay. This is pine bark. Think of it like coffee grounds. And you can make your own pine tea or pine coffee, okay? And this helps your pineal gland, okay? Puts a nice sheath around your pineal gland. Now the funny thing about this stuff, pine tree resin specifically, pine tree sap, which is like the spinal fluid of the pine tree. If you can get that out of your tree, it's a very clear liquid like your spinal fluid, basically the tree's spinal fluid, okay? Get a little pine tree bark, pine tree resin, which is like the amber looking stuff on the outside of the tree, looks like crystals, okay? And then there's this stuff that grows on the pine trees, pine tree gum, and it's what goes in a lot of your modern day gum products, okay? If you can chew enough of this stuff and get it in your body, you disappear from the TSA scanning checkpoint. This happened to me at Minneapolis Airport on a flight to Miami. The TSA worker made me stand in that machine where you stick up your arms, the thing revolves around you, okay? And this stuff right here, the woman said I was either dead or a ghost. I was dead or a ghost. 3 different tries she tried to get me on there, okay? No bueno. Pine tree is that powerful.